This is a 2006 Infiniti M45 rear-wheel drive, obviously, and the subject of today's video is transmission fluid. This is not going to be a full video on draining and refilling or flushing your fluid. However, I would like to address a question that's been asked of me in different videos. How much fluid do you get out? Alright, so again, it's not a full service how-to, it's a what to expect kind of video. And I have other videos that might help you get to the whole how to do it, how to check your level, how to, all that kind of stuff. They'll be linked in the description box of this video. So as you can see here, neither the driver's side nor the passenger side is higher than the other. I did my best to have this even laterally. However, you'll notice that the rear wheels are on the floor while the front end has been jacked up to the best of my ability till I could safely lock up my jack stands. Safety is key over here. So when you come here, when you'd like to drain your fluid, this one here, well, I probably need a light this way. When you decide to drain your fluid, that there is your transmission pan, and that is your transmission drain plug. It's a 19mm, if I recall correctly. And as you'll notice here, the transmission drain plug is not exactly the lowest point of the transmission, which means you have to lift it way high. You have to lift the front end really high to fully drain it. Well, some people would end up siphoning it through the transmission dipstick, but not that much effort today. So if you do it this way, you expect to get anywhere from 6 quarts to, I usually get 7. As you can see here, that's 4, and that's just a little under 3. So that's what I typically get. So the question is, well, the question has been answered. Typically, what do you get? 6 to 7 is what I get. And if you're considering doing your transmission, any kind of transmission service, that's good. Of course, that's good practice already. If you want to do a transmission flush, maybe take it to a professional, because doing it at home is a risky endeavor. Even I wouldn't dare do that myself. There's just so much room for stuff to go sideways on you. However, if you wanted to do a drain and refill, it's pretty easy, right? Just drain it. Whatever quantity of oil you get out is the same quantity of oil you put back in. But the caveats to this. One, this is all assuming or hinging on the fact that you should have done a due diligence and check the transmission fluid level. There's a video on that. It will be linked in the description when I get a chance to. 2, if you're doing this when your transmission is cold, not a problem. Just drain it, and whatever quantity you measured out dirty, put the same quantity in clean. However, if you do it hot, there's a video. You'll see it in the video. Transmission fluid is very dependent, or varies quite a lot with temperature. So if you drain 3 hot, give it enough time, it's going to show up as a little lower than 3, because as it cools down, it's going to shrink, right? Makes sense. So if you drain 3 hot, don't put in 3 cold. You're going to end up overfilling it. But again, as I said, the key thing is for you to make sure that you check your dipstick or do whatever it is you got to do to make sure that the level is good. You can do it. Best practice is to check it before draining it, just to know how much is in there. Then after you refill it, check it again. But if you're at a time crunch, because checking it is actually quite a process, quite a hassle, you could just check it initially, refill it, and then end up just, check it, make sure it's full at the right level, then drain 7, refill 7, call it good. Don't even worry about what comes out in the end. Or you could ignore that and just drain it, refill it, then check it eventually. It just depends on what's comfortable to you. Remember, you're trying to work with that temperature gain thing. So I'll link that video in the description. So for now, this video is just to show you that it can be quite easy to do this, considering that the car has a fluid capacity of about just a little under 11. So draining 6 or 7 quarts and do that 2-3 times, you're going to end up pretty much flushing your fluid. And it could get expensive, depends, and this is not exactly glorious work. But some people choose to do drain and refills every so often, so every 10 to 15,000 miles, and that way you constantly have newish fluid in your transmission. Other people choose to just ignore it for 120,000 miles till it's very black, then go to the dealer, and then they have to flush it one time. Transmission is going to feel so different once you do that, honestly. And well, it could feel so different once you do that, but it's really up to you. It depends on how much time and how much you plan to keep your car. That's for the 2000 and well, let's start with the Q45s, 2002 Q45 all the way to 2010 M45 is how I do it. I hope this video is going to be helpful to somebody somewhere at some point in time. With that, I'm done for the weekend. Good luck.